time, or is that low time? I don't know. Maybe it's go time. All I know is it's welcome to the Big Sports Lowdown. I'm that guy. Yes, that guy. That's me. I am Big Low, Seattle's biggest sports fan. Well, we're all Seattle's biggest sports fan. It's one of those things where you just kind of get duped into something. And boy, did I get duped into that. But you know what? I'm honored by it. Media guys back in the day said, dude, you got to be like Seattle's biggest sports fan. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go with that. And I went with that. And I don't think I did anything wrong by that. This is my co-host, Mr. Mark A. Miller. What's happening, buddy?
Hola, how you doing, love?
How's the critter?
Pretty good.
She getting big?
Oh, yeah, crawling now. Crazy.
No way.
Yeah, started
Jeez.
on
At
Saturday.
2 months?
6 months, 6 months. 6 months today, actually.
Really?
Happy half birthday.
Happy half birthday, little critter. I don't even know her name yet.
Katie.
Oh, that's right. Jeez. I did know her name. I'm just, short-term memory
spacing.
loss. Back in the days, I did a little too much of that stuff. It's legal now. I say that almost every week, huh?
You do.
It's
every
legal.
week.
Well,
That and the camel thing.
It's something I never thought would happen in our time.
I know. It's
I
crazy.
never dreamed that they would legalize it. It's one of those things where, when you're puffing tough on the couch and kicking back with your bros and worrying about, dad or the cops popping in and, saying, what the hell are you doing? Man, you just didn't really give it that much thought. Now It's just like you can almost light up in a bar.
True.
Well,
there's going to be a big run on Funyuns in a couple of months.
Yeah, no doubt.
Sold.
I guess, December 1st is like...
Yep. That's the day they said.
They thought there was a cloud over Seattle last month. Woo!
It'll be really foggy in a few months.
Yes, it will. I wonder if that's what caused that big fog spell the last, I don't know, we had it for like a week and a half. It was crazy.
Hey, you did go outside and you smelled a lot of smoke, so.
Really?
That smelled like exhaust, though, so maybe.
We had that in Burien the other night. We had a really big apartment fire. Man, that's scary stuff for, the displaced families. And another school shooting today? What the heck is going on?
America.
Manti Te'o's boyfriend confessed to Dr. Phil. I really
like
love
how you
that
said
guy.
boyfriend. I like how you put that.
Well, it's really a confusing story. I mean, now people are going to look at Manti Te'o and say, well, gosh, maybe he wasn't part of this little facsimile.
Yeah.
And I didn't think he was. I talked to Kavari Russell when we had him in a couple weeks ago. He's like, Lo, he's just not that way. He's not that kind of a person. He thought that he was in love with somebody that he wasn't, or somebody that wasn't.
He got catfished. That's what it was.
He did, by a Tuiasosopo. How many Tuiasosopos have gotten into trouble? Isn't that like 3 or 4?
That's at least 3 or 4.
I mean, we had Tuiasosopo that smashed the car with the... Oh, way to go, Gene! What, are you like Mr. I can do whatever I want around here?
Sorry.
Gene is always doing this to me. He's like either got to call up and say, I'm going to be a caller, or he's got to say, hey, by the way, Catfish Joe wanted to say this. Gene, turn off your phone.
It's his 1-900 number. He's making money right now.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Man, Mr. 1-900 over there. Gene's got this little sports book thing going on. Like www.genehushak, used to be Horshack.com. I'll make your bets for you. Gene, you making any money? Lots. He puts the lot in lots. Big show coming up today. I guess we can get on with this, huh? I mean, we talked about this and that. Oh, wait a minute. I got to talk about something. I got a cool gig coming up. I am going to be the ring announcer for Fight Club live professional boxing at Little Creek Casino. I think it's, what's the date on that? God, I don't even know. I haven't even gotten, everything confirmed yet. So I got to, study here and study
You're not supposed
there.
to be telling this, man, because, you're not supposed to talk about Fight Club. That's the first rule, and also the second rule and the third rule.
Why can't I talk about Fight Club?
You do not talk about Fight Club.
Who said?
Second rule. Brad Pitt.
That's the stupid movie. Man, oh man. Gosh, you're mean to me. It's like the third week in February. I'm hosting this big thing.
Nice.
I'm the big ring announcer guy. I get to say, let's get ready to beat up Michael Buffer. I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm pretty excited. It's at the Little Creek Casino at the Skookum Creek Event Center. And if you want any info, hit me up on the Facebook page, and I'll post that pretty soon here so y'all can see what's happening. They've got pretty dang good prices. I mean, $60 to sit cage side.
Nice.
That's cheap. That's cheap. $50 to sit front or second row. We got some big fights. Vince Thompson, who's 12-0, he's out of Federal Way. He used to fight out at the Emerald Queen. I used to see him fight out there, and man, love watching him. Tammy the Tasmanian Devil Johnson. She's got a fight. I can't wait to see her. We had her on the show. Boy, that was before your time.
Before my time.
You were just an infant.
I was not here.
But Tammy's going to be fighting Gloria Ramirez. Gloria's 11-16 with 1 knockout. She's out of Garden Grove, California.
My
Tammy,
hometown.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know you were from there.
I'm a SoCal, Orange
No
County
wonder why
boy.
you're so angry.
Exactly. We're just bred that way.
Man.
We're just bred that
It's
way.
all about that song. We took this trip to Garden Grove, smelled like Rude Dog inside the van. Oh, yeah. God, I love those guys. Sublime,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Sublime was awesome.
What a fun band.
Ironically, I grew up right around the block from Offspring. My old
That
man used to go out in the
figures.
street and yell at them because they were going too fast in our neighborhood.
Oh, man. But, yeah, that's pretty big news for me. I get paid to, do what I love to do.
Exactly.
And so, that's
the best way
almost
to
as
be,
cool a
man.
gig as this is.
Exactly.
Paid to do what you love to do.
It's always nice.
So we got Tim Niddle here today. I said that right? I did it right for a change. He is the co-founder along with his brother of Shockwave Tees. If you haven't checked out Shockwave Tees, you need to check these guys out because they started off with a really cool Back to Seattle shirt in honor of the Sonics. And it seems like I see them all over the place now. It's really, really blown up for them. I'm really happy for them. And while the Seahawks were rolling through December, they came out with a really cool shirt along with, a bunch of other people that had the Legion of Boom on mind. But I tell you one thing, these guys struck it rich when they went to ESPN and put a little love on their show. So we'll talk with Tim about that here in a little bit. Man, lots to talk about. We got Nate Burleson coming in.
do.
He's stuck in traffic right now. But you know how that goes because
We live in Seattle.
we live in Seattle. And so he's trudging through the Bellevue traffic. He should be here hopefully 4:15, 4:30-ish at the very latest. And we'll talk Super Bowl with him. Big Super Bowl game coming up. It's the big Harbaugh Bowl. Jim and John go at each other's throats. Colin Kaepernick.
This is
I
like
can say that because it's my show, and my dad said it first. Peckerneck. I love that name, Colin Peckerneck. You can say it too, Peckerneck. Can you say it?
I could say Peckerneck.
He can say Peckerneck.
Peckerneck.
Tim? Peckerneck?
Peckerneck.
John?
Peckerneck.
We got a live studio audience
Gene?
today, which is pretty cool. Gene?
Peckerneck.
Gene loves
There we
saying
go.
Peckerneck.
Squidward Peckerneck.
Oh, he does look like
He
Squidward in
does.
a way, huh?
He does.
Yes, he does.
There's a few people that he's actually looked like. I've seen quite a few little separated at birth kind of things with Mr. Colin.
I think he
Kaepernick.
looks like a bobblehead, like reversed. Instead of the big head on the little
Oh,
body,
wow.
it's the little head on the big body.
That's funny.
I
you
mean,
know,
very.
he's got a big
disproportionate.
mission. He's got a big mission. He wants to prove all, he's like Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson had to prove all the haters wrong.
He does.
And Russell did a great job of it.
This is the
But,
worst Super Bowl in my mind because I have not been excited.
Not
I have
many
not been
people
excited.
are.
Yeah, this for the first time probably since that Colts Bears Super Bowl. I just
Oh, wow.
don't have a rooting interest whatsosover,
That
and
was
I don't. I can't
Devin
usually
Hester
say that.
Bowl.
That was, yeah, you opened the game with a kickoff. It looked like Chicago was going to cruise. Then gross, man.
Great.
Yeah,
Not only does
lit it
Gene
up.
text me when he's in studio, now I got John McClain texting me. Oh, let's go out to the coast. We'll have a party. We'll have a few laughs. Good Lord, man.
Studio audience is reacting. That's the point, man. That's why we have a
Gotta
live
love it.
studio.
Gotta love it.
We got to get bleachers in here.
Who?
We got to get a bleacher in here.
Oh, I thought you said Bleachers. The Bleachers Pub shout out? There we go.
There we go,
Hey,
yeah.
Sunday,
That's
if you're
what
not
we do.
doing anything for the game, come on up to Bleachers Pub in Greenwood. You will have one of the best times you've ever had because there's a guy up there named Bronco Billy, and he busts out all these little betting things, It's awesome. I've won up to $300 there before, and it's pretty awesome. I mean, you put in
Nice.
$5 on one envelope, and you get a numbered line or something like that, and if your number falls on that line, it's pretty freaking cool,
Nice.
man. I'm digging it. So Bleachers Pub on Greenwood Avenue, up in Greenwood, north of Seattle. That's the place to watch the Super Bowl on Sunday. Shane's got like a 16-foot big screen TV, and it's badass. So if you're not doing anything on Sunday, come join Big Low, and there's going to be some cool prize giveaways up there, from what I understand.
Man,
I must be going to be there.
nice.
Speaking of Washington Stealth, the Stealth are 3-2. They're in first place in their division. And if you haven't been to a game yet, what are you waiting for? Get up north to Comcast Arena. You're missing out. There's nothing like hockey with balls. And I'll tell you one thing. I like it better than hockey. It's smash mouth. It's grooving. Fights. There's better fights than in hockey.
Oh, no.
Come on, these guys have sticks, and it's like wham, wham, upside the dude's head. Come on.
That is pretty cool. If they did that in hockey, that would be
the
a
hockey
big
guys,
penalty.
they threw all their freaking, they make a little yard sale out of their little fight, and then, okay, I'm ready for you.
Watch the movie Goon. You'll change your mind.
Goon?
Goon. It's got
Is that like Dune, but better?
better. It's got Stifler in there. The guy from American Pie. The American Pie.
Oh, no,
he
not
plays
Stifler.
He plays a hockey goon. It's pretty good.
Sean William Scott?
Yes, that is him. Correct. Yep.
That would be the guy.
It is a pretty good movie.
Really?
It shows you a lot about hockey.
Wow.
The underside of it, actually.
Well, speaking of hockey, not really, but I figure he'll do a hockey shirt eventually. We're going to show a quick clip, a little Mist interview with a couple hot girls from the Seattle Mist. So all you guys that wait for a pretty girl to be on the Big Low Show, here's your chance. Zan, let's roll the clip and let's get Tim Niddle on here and we'll talk Shockwave tees.
All right. Y'all have seen big hitters before, but I think I got the biggest hitter. Christine Moore, are you looking forward to this weekend?
Oh, very much so. We've been waiting for a long time. I'm really excited to get out there and show them what we got.
Now, you played for this team. So is it going to be hard to hit some of these girls that you've been playing with? I mean, you couldn't go out and practice and hit one of these girls that you play with.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a different scenario, knowing that I played for those girls and I've made a lot of really good friends with them. But when we go out there, all we're going to see is helmets, and that's what I'm looking forward to is just some smash mouth football.
So Mitch Mortaz has been talking very highly of you lately, and I'm very impressed with that. Does that make you feel good?
Yeah, it makes me feel great. I love playing in this league, and I love playing the game, and I work really hard at it. And so to have him, support me, that's great. I wouldn't want anything more.
So you going to mind if you're my next tattoo?
I know, but I did see that awesome tattoo of Jessica. I was retweeting that because it was so cool. That's awesome.
Well, you're coming, okay, buddy?
Okay, thank you so much.
Very much, dear. With us now, the newcomer to the team, and from what I'm understanding, hard hitter, no quitter kind of girl, Sheree Hyatt. What are you looking forward to this weekend?
Oh my gosh, what's not to look forward to? First game as a rookie, coming in as starter for offense and defense. I mean, I'm jazzed. There's nothing, there's nothing that's going to hold us back as a team. Nothing's going to hold me back. I got big shoes to fill, wearing number 7. If everybody knows Cam Warner's number. We're just excited to get out here and show everybody what we have.
So have you learned a lot? I mean, this is a complex game. It's a complex offense and defense that Coach Chris runs. What kind of things have you learned?
Basically everything I need to know about football. Coming in to tryouts, I literally didn't know anything about the LFL, Seattle Mist, or football, really. I mean, I watched it, but you don't really understand the game. But, after being on the team for about 4 months, you look at the game so differently. Even when you watch it on TV, it's a whole new game for you, So it's definitely a mental game. Definitely a mental game, so you're active mentally and physically.
So Chris speaks very, very highly of you. Does that make you nervous at all?
I wouldn't say it makes me nervous. It gets me excited because from him and a lot of the veterans, they've given me a lot of confidence. They know that I have a lot of potential, and I'm coming in with, to make this team better. I'll do anything I can to make this team better, to push the rookies, so we can just keep going on uphill. Because that's, we want to get a championship this year, and I think with the deep bench that we have, that's absolutely possible.
Well, I think you heard everything you need to hear from Miss Sheree Hyatt. I mean, looks to me like this girl's a complete package as well as a team person. So that's a beautiful thing. Sheree, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Big Low. Thank you.
We'll see more of her in the future, and especially this weekend.
Critique myself too hard.
Well, not really this weekend. It's one of those things where that was about a month and a half ago before the Pacific Cup. And those girls played a heck of a game. It was fun to watch. And they're coming up in April. Get your tickets now because the ShoWare Center will definitely sell out. It always does for those games. The girls are amazing. They're fun to watch. It's a talented team. They got big aspirations and hopes this year for winning a championship. So if you haven't been to a Mist game, stealth game, get off your heinies. It's cheaper than the big boys. These little smaller market teams like the T-Birds, the Silvertips, they need money too. So go out and support your local sports athlete teams or athletic teams, whatever you want to say. support them. Just go. Have fun. It beats sitting in the bar. Trust me.
Exactly.
So joining us on the show today, my first guest, Tim Niddle. Tim, what's happening, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
Well, you know, co-founder of Shockwave Tees and shockwavetees.com. Is that the website?
That's it. You got it.
You know, we had you in here when we were doing the radio show side back in the day. Got to talk to you about the Back to Seattle,
Yep.
Back to the Future looking
Yep,
shirt.
yep, that's it.
Great design. We got it hanging up somewhere around here, don't we, Zan? Can we show a little picture of that Hummer? There it is.
There you go. There's the
That's
hoodie.
the hoodie.
That's the new That's hoodie.
So if you're
Nice.
from the hood, you
Nice.
got to be wearing a hoodie, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got to be putting a hood on when you're in a hoodie. Or is that a hoodie on when you're in the hood?
It's cold in Seattle during the winter time with no basketball. We got to stay warm.
Those come in
Exactly.
5, 6X?
I can make a 5-6X.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You know, I've been wearing, I mean, shoot, you gave me, what, 6 of those Legion of Boom shirts?
Yep. All different colors. For you.
And been wearing yours and ties from Homer's Apparel. I mean, you guys nailed it when it comes to the Legion of Boom shirts.
Thank you.
The cartoon images that you guys, I want to know who did that. Who did the image?
That's our artist. That's a good friend of ours, Kevin Sullivan.
Okay, well, I want you to ask Kevin Sullivan if he can cartoonize Big Low.
Oh, yeah.
So I can do a new Big Sports Lowdown shirt.
yeah.
With Big Low animation.
Oh, he'll be all about it.
You know,
Yeah.
tell him don't use my fat dude pictures because that was back when I was 650. I'm down to 406 right now, and it's just like I'd rather have this skinny image, and, you know, good looking face.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Man, oh man. So how's sales going?
Going good. Going good. Everything's great. Yeah, we got the new black hoodie. We did a new green T-shirt with the Back to Seattle. Things are going great. We have a new design coming out for when everything is official, when we get the team back. It's going to say, let's party like it's 1979.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I like
Yeah,
that idea. That's
yeah.
a great one.
The bottom of it has a little lightning bolt, kind of like the original, back in '67.
Have you seen the King Me graphic going around Facebook?
Yeah.
Somebody needs to hop on that shirt.
I know.
I told Christian out of Jack Nut Apparel, I said, Christian, you got to get on this sucker, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, did you make it? It's like, who cares who made it? It's out there.
Yeah, I don't know who
Somebody
made it. It's
put it
clever.
out there. Whoever did it was very clever.
Yeah.
And I think it's beautiful. And I think, you know, one of y'all apparel companies need to just like say, okay, dang it, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know, what's the guy going to do? Come at you and sue you? He's not the Supersonics, is he? You know, it's another thing I was talking to Christian about out at Jack Nut. He did a bunch of shirts. They're really classy, really cool ones. And he had little like dots as raindrops. I said, dude, just use the Sonics logo.
Yeah.
Who's going to come after you right now?
Exactly.
You know, it's
True.
the NBA doesn't really own the rights anymore.
Exactly.
Because it's just a team that's out there in the fourth dimension.
You know who gets that money though? If you go to like a
Ooh.
team shop, you go to a local store and you buy Sonics kits.
Yes,
who gets that money?
Mr. Clay Bennett.
That's right.
He's Clay Bennett, and he is in it. That jerk.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. Lord forgive me. I shouldn't talk bad about the guy because we need relocation.
Exactly. You need to be kissing his butt right
That's
now.
right.
Stamp of approval.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You know, it's so hard to give Howard Schultz and Clay Bennett and David Stern the love, but as fans, we kind of have to rise above what's going on out there. So just got a text from our next guest, Mr. Nate Burleson. He's about 5 minutes away, so he should be here any time. Johnny's out there right now waiting for him to pull up in his flashy little rig. Who knows what he's driving right now?
Johnny's our concierge.
He is.
We should hire him for that.
Should we?
Yeah, why not?
That could be a good paying gig.
We can give him like a soda pop a week, call it a good, you know. He'll do it.
John Sears.
John
There-
Sears.
Gene spitting out, you know, he's trying to supply a little funny for the show, and we like when he does that. Don't like when he has his phone ring in the middle of the show.
So tell us about Mr. IT wearing that shirt a couple, what was off season?
Isaiah Thomas?
It's going around
Oh, yeah.
Twitter and
Yeah, yeah.
Facebook now.
Yeah.
People in Sacramento are not too thrilled
Hey.
seeing him holding a Back to Seattle shirt.
Yeah. Well, we met Isaiah out at the Tacoma Rainiers game during the summertime. They had a little Sonic
the Sonics
appreciation.
night. Yeah,
night.
that's
that
right,
Sonic
that's
night.
right.
So we gave him a shirt. He was stoked.
Nice.
You know, he's a Seattle guy. He loves that stuff. So he was more than happy to take that shirt from us. It's a lovely picture.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. You got to check it out. It's on Chris Egan's
King 5 Facebook page. I think it's
You
on
plugging
Twitter.
Chris Egan over there?
Yeah, we're gonna plug him.
Chris
too.
Egan won't even come on my show, and you're giving him love?
Well, maybe now he
Don't
will.
go see Chris Egan.
now
we'll
we
post
give him
something up
love,
about it on
social
our website, thebigsportslowdown.com. Bigsportslowdown.com. Mark Miller, I'm ashamed of you.
Hey, maybe he'll come on now that I gave him some
Yeah,
love. Come
right.
On, Chris.
Come on,
Egan.
Come on, Egan.
Chris, big time
We
Egan.
gave you a shout out.
Man.
Give us some love.
Jiminy. Unbelievable. Okay, before Nate gets here, let's talk about this one. Leroy Hill. Okay,
Ooh.
before you chastise him, he's human.
He is human.
You know, last year I got so much guff for putting out there when Marshawn got busted for the DUI. Speaking of which, y'all better prepare yourself because he still hasn't gone through any court proceedings for that or NFL ramifications for it. So be prepared that the Marshawn Lynch thing will still come up this offseason. But Leroy Hill, I mean, everybody jumped my crud about supporting Leroy Hill after the marijuana thing last year and supporting Marshawn after the DUI thing. And it's like, you know what? They eat, drink, sleep, and poop just like we do. They're humans. And everybody makes a mistake, or two, or three, or four. Don't tell me you've never sped. Don't tell me you've never cheated on your taxes. Don't tell me that you're perfect, because there was only one perfect being, that was Jesus Christ, and they crucified him for it. So, it's for me, I want Leroy back. I want Leroy back in a Seahawks uniform. I think he did a great job
did a
for
great
us
job
this
this
year.
year, yeah.
He played well. He was hurt a couple games, but back out there on that practice field, fought to get that spot back, and, you know, he always does his thing. So, it's difficult.
It's like, you know, like when people were bashing Albert Bell back in the 90s, it was
Oh,
my
Albert, I
my
missed that
favorite
dude.
comment. My favorite comment was, "Yeah, but you would love him on the team. He's not trying
Yeah.
to date your
Right.
daughter. He's trying to hit you home runs and win you a championship.
That's
Do you
right.
really care what he does off the field? Unless he's doing, I don't know, O.J. Simpson type things. I don't care what he does off the field. That's his
Poor
personal
O.J.
life. If he gets in trouble, that's his
I mean,
personal
poor
life.
OJ
what
in a
happens to
glass.
him.
Poor OJ in a glass. That's what I meant.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
You didn't hear me, though, did you?
No, I heard
Because
you.
that was pretty damn funny.
That was good.
was-
I
was
said
laughing
poor
this
OJ,
time.
and then I said poor OJ in a glass.
OJ.
God, my buddies, man, they never laugh at my jokes. Maybe I'll put in them damn teeth. They all laugh when I put in them teeth.
We do. All the
Rye
time.
whiskey, rye whiskey. Have you ever seen the Moonshiners?
No, I haven't.
No way. You ever watch Moonshiners?
No.
Come on, guys, get a life. You got to watch a little TV here and there.
I'm not a reality
You know,
TV
everybody
guy.
always asks me if I watch stupid stuff like Glee or friggin' ER, you know, all them goofy, stupid shows. It's like, no, I don't have time for that. It's sports or Moonshiners or Axemen.
There you go.
You know, Gold Rush. I
Homeland.
love Gold Rush.
Gold Rush is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Homeland is the only show I watch except for sports.
That's
I mean,
because it dismantles everything.
Homeland's a great show, man.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Best
I used
show
to
on
watch a
TV.
show called
Always
Homeboy, but, you know. that was a long
Great,
time
great
ago.
TV show.
Oh,
Only reason I have
man.
Showtime.
What?
Only reason I got Showtime is just for that show right there.
Okay,
And
I
inside the
understand.
NFL.
Well, man, oh,
That's-
man.
that's the
Why
only
don't you have stars so you can watch Miracle Day,
I
Torchwood?
do. I just don't watch them.
Oh. My niece was on that show.
Really?
Yeah, she actually got a speaking part on a show that's on Stars, and it was awesome. I mean, you know,
Nice.
I'm sitting there watching TV, and whoa, yep, that's my niece right there. Yeah, that's Brittany Joe. That's Brittany Joe. Yeah. Oh
Uncle.
man,
Exactly.
I know. Huh?
Yeah.
I am her uncle.
That's right.
Oh, I miss you guys. I know they're watching right now because they're my fam, and they always do. My sister Marley, I love you to death. Oh, God, I miss you, Michael, Stephen, Brittany. I miss you guys. God! I was going to go down to Vegas this week, go watch Super Bowl, and I was going to kind of make a
that would've been nice.
two-day jaunt over to Anaheim and spend a little time with them. But unfortunately, things happen in the world, and, you know.
But you'll be at Bleachers.
I will be at
That's just
Bleachers
like
Park.
Vegas.
Man,
Exactly. It'll be
how many
just like
times
Vegas.
can we plug Bleachers today? Shane deserves it. Shane's
got-
a great
you got
guy.
two already,
The owner of
so we
Bleachers
can keep
Pub,
going.
great guy. So, you know, like I said, there's going to be a lot of fun up there Sunday. But, you know, big game. It's
Like I said, it's hard to root for either of these teams. It's just one of those. I hate the Niners, and I
agree.
so
dislike.
I'm
Dislike. Hates a Nicky
Oh,
Ward.
hate
Strongly
when it,
dislike.
hate
Very
for,
strongly.
when it comes to Harbaugh, it's
Yeah.
hate. And Ray Lewis,
I suppose some
I'm
people
getting
really
sick
don't.
of hearing about Ray Lewis
Same
and
here.
his preaching right now. And it's like, you were involved in the murder of 2 people. It's like you don't have the right to be like out there like going, oh God this, God that. You were involved in the murder of 2 people.
But the thing of it is, Mark, people change. People go through life changing things such as that, and maybe he did give up his life to the good Lord above, you know? And
that's the only
That's
thing.
what makes humans humans. We have the right to change.
I agree, but my old man had a comment. My old man was in the military. He was like, his thing was, when you kill somebody, you can't bring them back. Their life can never come back. They're gone forever. That's why it's just kind of like, that's one thing that I just, But needless to say, go Ravens, because it's not
Ravens.
Harbaugh.
That's what it's all about.
I'll root
man.
for Flacco.
It is Harbaugh.
I'll root for Flacco.
It is Harbaugh.
That's
John,
true.
it's the right
John, the right
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh, the nice Harbaugh,
Yeah.
the nice one.
Oh, man. Well, hey, we got to show a clip real quick because probably the best looking dude that's ever walked into our studio just walked in. I mean, this dude is more cut than sliced cheese. He is, oh, man. If I had his abs and he had a feather up his behind, we'd both be tickled to death. Trust me.
And he has quite possibly the coolest shirt I've ever seen on this show.
Me and my flat abdominals are pretty sexy. Oh, my God, that is a great shirt. That was a great movie. Well, we're going to show a clip real quick, and then we're going to bring this very, very handsome man on from the Detroit Lions, Mr. Nathaniel Burleson. Is it okay if I call you that, Nate?
I'm good with that.
I always called him the Dominator, because that's what he does on the field. He's the Dominator. So, Zan, roll that clip. Let's swap Tim out with Nate, and we'll be right back on the Big Sports Lowdown.
What's up, man? Can you hear me? Am I mic'd up? Can you hear me? Hey, I'm mic'd up, man. The feds is on me. I'm just letting you know right now. If things work out the way they're supposed to work out, it's going to be a great Christmas for the whole state of Michigan. Lead by example. Go out there, show out. On offense, playmakers, we going to do our job. On defense, y'all got to do your job. This is going to be the best day of the year. Hey, let's go out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. This song today.
Make him remember the day he played Nate Burris.
Oh, okay. Act like we need 7. There's 2 minutes left. Let's go, man.
He fakes the handoff, drops back close, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions, Kevin Smith.
I like the way you benefit off my big plays, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'll be over there getting my head knocked off, and you come over and get the TD. Come on! Make some noise!
Stafford takes, looks right, close right, wants Calvin, got him, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions.
Hey, hold up! That's the way to transform on Megatron. I've been waiting to say this all day, but it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
That's it, put it away, put a bow on it. Merry Christmas, everybody. The Lions are back and headed to the playoffs. This team has earned it. You fans have earned it.
They're going crazy. They're going crazy. Yeah.
You know, I said last night, there's going to come a time that we don't celebrate making the playoffs. But it ain't going to be tonight. All right, here's the schedule. Players are off tomorrow. Merry Christmas. Players are off Monday. Merry day after Christmas. Players are off Tuesday.
Got an announcement real quick. Making the playoffs in a long time, it's a big deal. Game ball right here goes to Mr. Ford.
That is great stuff right there.
My buddy Tim Niddle, he worked.
Remember the song days?
We're on!
Yeah,
Holy
remember
cripes!
it.
We're back and better than ever. Sometimes you kind of lose track of the time and, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and all that stuff. First things first, before we get to our wonderful guest, Derek Sparks. You've seen him on the show many times. He's been here, 3 or 4 times now. He is the author of Lessons of the Game, an amazing book. I encourage you to buy this book and read it. It tells you a lot about a guy. I mean, it tells you a lot about what football players go through. He's one of those guys that grew up in a tough situation with family life, then got pulled by coaches to go play football in California, and promises, and gifts that he shouldn't have taken, but did, and just kind of ended up in just a kind of a mess, but pulled himself out of it and got himself out of it.
Great
Now
guy.
he's got a book that he wrote, and it's an amazing read. He's going to be making an appearance at Barnes & Noble Booksellers on the east side in Spokane. Okay, so if you're one of those east side listeners that, checks out the show, he'll be at the Market Point Shopping Center in Spokane on February 2nd at 1 p.m. doing a book signing. I encourage you to go to his website and, lessonsofthegame.net is his website. He's a great guy. I encourage you to buy the book. If you buy the book, I'll make you a deal. You buy the book, you show me the book, I'll not only get it signed by him for you, I will also give you a big low action figure.
Ooh.
Yeah. You can't just get them anywhere anymore because they're not on the shelves anymore. So there. So, buy the book, get the fan. Yeah. Welcome back to the Big Sports Lowdown. We're here with Mr. Nate. I call him Dominate. Burleson, what's happening, baby?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Oh, man. Come on
man.
now. I got one of Detroit's finest.
Seattle's finest.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
I'm
for sure.
I'm an employee of Detroit. They show me love, but I'm
Calgary's
Seattle's
finest.
finest.
But you know
Yeah,
what?
There you go.
You're one of those classy guys that people will never lose the love for. I mean, there's guys, Josh Brown, for
Yeah.
some reason, people just don't like him anymore. I mean, I was bragging about talking with him the other night, and this guy's like, Big Low, what are you liking Josh Brown for? The dude's a tool. He left us. So what?
Yeah.
A lot of players leave us. It's
Yeah.
the business side of the game.
Right.
And so, we get frustrated as fans when we lose great guys like yourself, Jordan Babineau,
Right.
Hasselbeck. I mean,
Right.
those losses for me were 3 of my biggest.
Yeah.
I mean, not only are you a classy act, you were always good to me. Daryl Jackson was always good to
Yeah,
me.
DJ.
Babineau, big play Babs. I mean,
Good dude.
dude came and ran and jumped in my arms after every single freaking game, win or lose.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff that makes football fun.
Yeah.
Is when the fans get to crowd around a dude and,
Right.
The connection.
it's the big low leap.
yeah.
It beats the heck out of Lambeau.
Yeah. It does. It kills the Lambo. I don't like the Lambo, man. I
Heck
got
yeah.
drafted by Minnesota, came to Seattle, and now I'm in Detroit, so the Lambo leap, it does nothing.
Oh,
for me.
yeah. I saw him on some of your footage that I was watching the other day. I was looking at it, and I was like, wow. Saw one of your guys go jumping in the crowd at Ford Field. And, that's a beautiful place for football.
It is.
I
It is.
freaking love that stadium. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Being there for Super Bowl 40, I was impressed.
Unbelievable.
I wish so bad we would have built the roof. I'm not saying I don't like Quest Field, Seahawks Stadium,
Yeah.
CenturyLink Field, whatever we're supposed to call the dang thing, but
Yeah.
it's just a nice place to play football.
It is.
And
It
boy,
is.
does it get loud when you guys are doing well, huh?
It gets crazy. It gets
Oh,
crazy.
boy.
But nothing like Quest or Century League or
Oh,
whatever you
man.
want to call it. I mean, that Seattle Seahawks Stadium
Heck
is
yeah.
one of the realest out there.
Oh man, we had so much fun just being spoiled with you on our field after you came from the Vikings. A lot of people were, well, yeah, but he's a Viking. It's like, no, he's going to be a Seahawk. You
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
Sure enough. They didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
It's like the Russell Wilson deal. Some people just didn't listen to me.
Somebody called it, huh?
But see now, there is a rumor. There's a rumor going around.
What's that?
I saw a tweet, I should say Gene saw a tweet because Gene brought it to my attention. Then I looked at it and I was like, wow. A guy named Nate Burleson says he's going to be in the Super Bowl next year. So does that mean you're coming back to Seattle?
Oh, man, that's kind of a mixed signal right there, huh? Well, I do a little Super Bowl shindig at my house every year.
Right.
And, I told myself I'm 10 years in, and I don't want to throw a Super Bowl shindig. I want to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so
you
I got
deserve
a few
to
more
be in the
years
Super
left,
Bowl.
and, I'm trying to get there, man. I'm trying to at least be able to experience that. You know,
Well, maybe we can put a bug in Pete and John's ear, and
yeah, we'll
you
see.
know, Matt
Pistol
Flynn.
Pete, we'll see what
Matt
happens.
Flynn, you gonna be Stafford's backup. Well, what's Matt like? He seems like he's a cool cat.
He's a real cool dude.
Is
Like,
he?
you know, he reminds me of that old Varsity Blues movie. You know, that quarterback that had all the moxie and the swag, and you know, he goes into a room and all the girls love him. Like, he's that type of dude. But then he gets on the field and he's just cocky and confident, and,
Right.
and it's something that you love. You know, I'm a receiver that draws off of that kind of enthusiasm.
Well,
and
you've
he
got that
brings
swagger about
yeah,
you,
Yeah,
so,
and
yeah.
when I see that in other people, it makes me want to play that much more. Like,
Nice.
he'll throw a ball that I know that nobody else can throw, and when I get back to the huddle, he'll throw me a subtle wink, like, yeah, I know I'm the man, and I love it. You know what I mean? Because you don't get it often, but you get it just enough to know that
Right.
he knows how good he is.
Well, now this year, I hate to say it, but you guys did beat us.
Yeah, but I feel like we might have sparked something in the Seahawks,
I
man.
think you
'cause
guys did.
You guys lost that game.
Boy,
It seemed
people
like
got-
y'all went on a hell of a
You
run.
should have seen the tweets. You should have seen the freaking fire bevels. The Russell Wilson is not tall enough. Just God, come on, Hawk fans, support him no matter what.
Regardless, right?
Oh,
you got to, man.
But there was the big thing: Megatron versus Optimus Prime.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought the Richard Sherman, Calvin Johnson thing was a great battle.
Yeah, and it's good for football. It's good for football.
Unfortunately, you did get hurt this year.
I did.
How's-
Right before that game.
Really?
Yeah, right before
Yeah,
that game,
he
I got
wasn't
hurt in
playing, yeah.
Chicago.
Oh, my God.
And, you know, I didn't look over Chicago because, for one, it's Chicago, and two, it was a Monday night game.
Right.
But during the week, I kept thinking about, I got Seattle in a couple weeks. They're coming to Detroit. And, you know, I had the show out. I had my Hawk Nasty dance ready to come out and
Oh,
play. So, you know,
sick.
getting banged up right before that game was tough.
man.
But the injury's doing good. I'm healing
Good.
up. I'm a couple months ahead of schedule.
You'll be
I'm
ready for training
jogging.
camp?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I saw
for
the
sure.
Dolph Lundgren thing.
Yeah, yeah.
What was that machine they had you in? I
It's
mean,
called the Alter G treadmill. So basically, you stand on it, and it allows you to put whatever amount of weight you want as far as a percentage.
okay.
So I'm starting off at 50% of my weight on the treadmill. So
Right.
it gives me the ability to work out in rehab, but not 100% right now.
Okay.
You know, the thing that I got to do is not do heavy loading exercises. So I can't go out there and run full speed on the field, but I can do just enough, which is 50% of my weight. So it gives me the
Wow.
chance to keep my endurance up and get the motion back.
That's
And
a
it
great
gets me in shape.
picture. I love it. You know,
Yeah.
the whole Rocky. I think that was Rocky 4 with
Yeah,
Dolph
yeah.
Lundgren.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, that dude was a machine.
Oh, yeah, and that's
I
what I'm
mean,
trying to be
good
this year. I'm trying to be a
Lord.
machine. By the way,
You are a
the
machine.
new nickname, Robo Slot, for next
Ah,
year. You know what I'm saying?
I love
I
it.
gotta get it. You know, I gotta do
Robo-Slot.
it. The new RoboCop movie's coming out in 2013. I heard, so I'm gonna
Nice.
jump on that little bandwagon.
I got a question. Where's this Detroit jersey I was supposed to be wearing today?
Oh man, I got you. My bad. I'm gonna bring it back. Hey, I'm gonna bring it back. I got you. It's
So
sitting at the
depressed
crib.
right now.
I got a
I'm
fresh one.
about
Fresh
ready to
new
cry.
Nike
I was
fit.
gonna be all hopped up. In
Hey,
a
hold on.
jacket.
Time out. You asking for the jersey? Where's my figurine at? I need a big one.
You never got the
Hey,
big one?
No, I never
Oh,
got the
touche.
big one. I need that.
Damn! Did I do that?
I need that though,
Okay.
for real. Even trade. Trade.
I got extra trade.
Okay, what's
I got
up?
extra trade.
What's up? What's up?
Because my boy's working on some artwork of you right now.
What?
Yeah. 'cause
Okay, all right.
You've
I
always
got
been
you.
one of my faves, Nate. And,
All right.
And so I asked my boy Charlie. I said, dude, I need a painting or at least a sport tune of Nate Burleson.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do Robo Slot.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh,
I gotta
like
write this
that.
down right now.
Robo Slot.
Robo Slot.
I got you, man.
And here's my mission. Okay. I don't usually ask another player for somebody else's something, but I got to get some of those Megatron gloves.
You got to. You got to. I got you.
Those
man.
are sick,
I got you.
Nate.
I got
Have you ever gotten to wear a pair?
Yeah, I got a pair at the crib, man. I'll
Oh
tell you
my
the thing about
God.
Calvin. Calvin's quiet. He doesn't really talk much.
So he's like Marshawn?
Yeah, he's like Marshawn.
Marshawn's
yeah.
that way.
But you know, Calvin, he'll be in public and he'll sign autographs, hug the kids, kiss the babies. He'll do that. But one thing
about
I
the
gotta
big
say,
kids?
the big kids too. He does it all. But
Man, Calvin.
he got a gift box from being on the cover of Madden, right? And
Right.
it was like, it was kind of lasered, big like glass box, and it had an iPod in there, a pair of EA headphones, the game signed, and something else in there, right? And it was kind of like suede inside. And you know, I was talking to him about getting a game for my kids. I said, "Can I get a game?" The kids would love one, so we can keep for the rest of our lives.
Right.
And just to tell you what type of dude he is, he calls me one day. He's like, "Nate, where you at?" I'm like, "I'm at the crib." He's like, "Okay, I'll be there in a little bit." So I'm like, "All right, whatever." He shows up right after practice, and he has this huge box, and he's like, here you go. And I'm like, what? All I want is a game. He's like, nah, man, don't worry about it. And I'm like, well, this is, and I see
gave you the box?
It's a 1-of-1. And I'm like,
Wow.
Calvin, like,
that's
I feel
sick.
bad about taking this. Like, this is something that you should cherish and keep in your house. He's like, well, if I really want one, I'll have them send me another one. This is for you. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, literally, like, one of those, like, man moments where you almost got to cry.
Yeah.
And I, like, tilted my
Hell, I
head up
would've
and, like,
cried.
I held the tears in. But it was a
That's
serious
awesome,
gesture, man.
man.
And that's the type of dude he is, man. He's an awesome guy. So I'll hook you up. I got you. To say the least,
Wow.
I'll hook you up.
That would, oh, man.
Don't worry about it. He'll get you right. Maybe
Charlie, get
maybe
that
some
14
signed cleats.
done,
I'll get
man.
you some signed game-worn cleats.
I don't even have yours.
I'll hook you up.
I'd
with
rather
mine,
have
too.
yours than Cal's. I just want the
I'll
gloves.
hook you up. I got you. I'm going to do a package. You do the package, I'll do the
I
package.
love this guy. Did I ever tell you that? I love this
That's my guy,
guy.
man. That's my guy.
Come on, Zan, get that switch quicker. I love this guy. But we got a big game coming up this weekend.
A real big game.
So I kind of thought, okay, Nate coming on the show, we can kind of break down things.
Yeah.
See where you're at with this. I mean,
Right.
you know, as a player, you can't really talk mess about the other guys, and,
Right.
because it's just not classy. But
Right.
as Seahawk fans,
Right.
we just don't like the 49ers. See, I say 49 nerds.
Nerds. I heard
Nerds.
that. I heard the nerds.
Yeah,
See where you went
kinda
there?
throw
Yeah,
that
see
out
where you
there.
went there.
And all my Niner fans get all mad at me. Big Low, you always dissing the Niners.
But it is what it is.
Exactly. It's a
I'm a
rivalry.
Seahawk fan. I have to.
It's a
Got to,
rivalry.
man.
Well,
You got
then the
to.
NFC
I don't
West,
like
you
the
should be-
Packers. I don't like the Bears.
The Vikings?
I kind of like the Vikings.
You gotta
but
kinda
it's-
like the Vikings.
But you know, it is what it is. When you're in that division, that's what football is.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you guys are an extension of us. You know, as fans and people who support what we do, you guys bleed the colors more than we do. So if we got a certain type of way of feeling about a team, then you guys got to feel that
Oh, yeah.
times 100.
Oh, yeah.
Because not only do you guys cheer on game day, but you walk around on a daily basis talking to guys that are fans of these other teams.
Exactly.
You got cousins and friends that are Rams fans and, you know, Niner
Oh,
fans.
boy.
You know, you got to be able to talk a little
Heck
bit of
yeah.
trash.
What's it like in the black and blue division, like rivalry-wise? Because we
That's
have
so
rivals,
awesome.
but that is just like a total like
It's-
different level, right?
It's old school football, especially when you consider the fact that 2 out of the 4 teams in the division are outdoors.
Right.
So, you know, I play in certain games, and it feels like that epic NFL classic. You know, you could almost hear the voiceover, the guy with the deep voice.
That Matt Flynn game.
Right,
Where
yeah,
it was snowing and it was
exactly. The
unreal,
snow
yeah.
and, you know, balls are flying around,
Oh, yeah.
highlights are getting created every other play. But that's what it's like in the black and blue division. You know, it's some real deal football, and those fans, you know, they're serious, man. They're all about it. You know,
We had
they
that
love
black
it.
and blue on a Monday night this year, and there was nothing more special than that game being part of that launch by Russell Wilson into the end zone. Golden Tate, MD Jennings jump up the ball. Everybody's got their hands on the ball,
Everybody.
coming down.
Everybody.
Well, who came down with it? Touchdown, incomplete, touchdown, incomplete, incomplete, touchdown.
Right. It's a
Woo!
it's a catch. I actually texted Golden Tate the other day, man. He hit me up. I hit him back. I said, man, I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? You're doing your thing. He had a hell of a year.
He's
Yes,
a
he did.
cool
And
cat.
he's wearing 81. So you know, you leave a jersey and then you hop into another one. That's the name of the game in the
Yeah.
NFL. And you can only hope that the guy that puts it on after you keeps the fire going, keeps the flame going.
Amen.
And Golden Tate has done that, man. So
you
What's the
big
13?
respect to him.
What's the 13?
I
never
wore it
got
in high
that
school.
yet.
I wore it in
Okay.
high school,
Nice.
you know, at O'Day High
O'Day
School.
days.
And I thought to myself, once I left Seattle, I want to bring everything full circle. You know,
Nice.
Detroit might be my last stop. So
No way.
I'm just thinking in my head, I'm
Coming
gonna bring
back
it
to
back.
Seattle,
You
back
know,
to
I'm
Seattle,
gonna
back
bring
to
it back.
Seattle.
So do you guys watch like you were saying about the guy wearing your jersey? You guys do watch like the next guy wearing your jersey?
Oh,
Just
for
kind of
sure.
keep an eye on
For
it.
sure, 100%. Like when you leave high school, you kind of keep an eye
Yeah.
on the guy who wears your jersey. And
Exactly.
then you leave college, you might be watching on TV, and I'm like, who's that Nevada wearing 81? You know, and then when I left Seattle, I'm like,
Right.
I wonder who's going to rock the 81 next. And then Golden Tate came in. I didn't know much about him except for the fact that he had a few plays at Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he was a good kid,
Yep.
and you know he just made play after play this year and
Sure
big
did.
time
Sure
plays,
did.
man.
Puts
I
his
was
head
excited.
down and just barrels
It just
through.
goes
I mean,
in.
man,
you know
I
what
love
I mean?
that.
And I like that. When you play with that type of reckless abandon, you know, it makes me feel good as a football player.
Nice. Getting support and love from Detroit City. Hey, you ever been out there to what is it? What the heck is their show called?
What?
Hardcore Pawn. The
Oh,
pawn shop
no.
in the heart of Detroit's 8 Mile.
Yeah, no, I haven't been out there, man. It looks like some rough stuff, man. And I don't have no stuff I need to pawn. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
They
thing.
got some
Thank
wild
you, God.
episodes over there. You know, I don't want nobody running up on me.
Me and
So
my
have you
pops,
met-
we watch that show religiously, you know,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
just
it's a
like
good show.
That Les dude, he's just a dick, and it's just
Oh,
like, man,
man.
I just want to come out to Detroit just to sock that guy in the neck in
Right.
front of all
Oh,
his little
man,
security
They
dudes.
be cutting people short in there, man.
Boy,
That's the real deal.
man,
Have
oh,
you
man.
met Barry Sanders?
I have met Barry Sanders.
What's he like?
I actually met him last year. He came up to the facility at practice, and I saw him from a distance. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, Nate, you got to have a cool icebreaker. This is Barry Sanders. You know what I'm saying? He was surrounded by like 4 or 5 people, so I walked over there. And I just sat there and just listened to the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
And he kind of reached his hand out. I reached my hand out. And I tried to keep as cool as I wanted to be on the surface. But yeah, but inside I was like a little girl. I was like, oh my God, I wanted to faint. You know what I'm saying? And I just told him, man, I'm a huge fan. And, you know, I sound like everybody else, but you know, I actually am a tremendous fan of what you
Awesome.
did. And you know, I actually told him if he wanted to put on some pads, he could join us. You know,
Heck
go
yeah.
out there and
He probably
shake
could
some
still
guys
do
up.
it,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
He retired early.
God,
Is
man.
he as cool of a customer as he seems like on TV? He's
super-
humble and
even,
quiet.
Even more cool. Like,
Really?
you know, it's almost like he was whispering, you know, and it's funny because certain people talk and they're animated. Like me, I use my hands, I
Oh,
raise
yeah.
my voice,
Oh, yeah.
and that's what I do. But he was talking, and it would come out in such a humble way, and everybody would shut up and just lean an ear in and listen, because, you know, a guy like that has experienced life from that type of perspective,
Oh, yeah.
and has humbly walked away from a game that wanted him more than anything. You listen to what he's saying because he's dropping so many jewels of knowledge.
Right.
So he's an awesome dude.
Yeah, Emmett might have the career rushing record, but Barry's like, I don't know, JFK kind of
Oh, yeah.
incomplete.
Oh,
yeah.
You didn't get
Yeah.
to see the final, like
Right.
what would have happened.
Because of Barry,
That's what
Emmett
makes him
has
great.
the asterisk. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
It's
exactly.
almost like, Emmett, we respect you. You did your thing. You're one of the NFL's greatest legends, especially at the running back position. But if Barry
if
didn't walk
Barry
away,
was there, yep.
Oh, boy.
if he didn't walk away,
God.
yeah.
So you
One
got
of
a
those-
Super
one of
Bowl
those-
pick?
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
pick.
let's talk Super Bowl.
Let's talk Super Bowl. You know, Kaepernick, University of Nevada, Reno.
I knew he was going to say that.
Big time quarterback. Unbelievable. Has been playing at an unbelievable level, and I think he's going to continue to do that on Sunday. But I just feel like with what the Ravens have and what they have experienced as a whole, defensive side of the ball, offensive side of the ball, they got certain guys on each side of the ball that can change the dynamic of the game from a physical standpoint, as far as playmaking, and an emotional standpoint.
Right.
You know, and I think Flacco's playing at a high level. He's starting to answer all those questions that a lot of people had about him. You know, hey diddle diddle, rice up the middle.
Charger game, yep.
He's going to be able to make plays, you know, as requested by his offensive coordinator. Another guy on the offensive side of the ball that people forget about, but is part of my draft class and continues to make big play after big play, especially when the lights are on, is Anquan Bolden.
Oh, yeah.
He's a true veteran, very consistent.
Right.
You rarely hear the commentator say, oh, Bolden was in the wrong position or he made a mistake. He's a guy that you can count on. And when you're talking Super Bowl, you need guys you can count on because
Big time.
he's going to be able to show up like he has been in weeks past. Then on the defense side of the ball, I think that side of the ball speaks for themselves.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And, you know, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, you know, those type of guys keep that energy up through the roof. Now, the
That's two
49ers
great
are-
defenses.
They're going to play.
Two
They're going to
great
play at a high
defenses.
level.
Oh, yeah.
But I just think there's something about the way the Ravens are playing. They may
Momentum,
just
kind
have
of?
that. They may just have that extra little bit momentum. You know, that emotional high that they're continuing to ride on.
Do you think that Flacco can match touchdown for touchdown the Kaepernick
with
and
Kaepernick.
the Vernon Davis, the Frank Gore? I mean,
Crabtree, who's been playing
oh
great.
God, Michael Money
Yeah.
Tree. I
Yeah.
call him Money
Tree.
because that was a
Money
big old
Tree.
holdout thing. I need more money, man.
.com. Yeah.
Michael Money Tree.
And Frank Gore, you can't forget about
Oh,
Frank
boy.
Gore. You know, he's the power back, and when you got, you know, a big time back like that, it controls the clock. In a Super
yeah.
Bowl, in a game like this,
Yep.
two huge offenses that have really good receivers,
Right.
but the running backs in that type of position is going to control the game. Tight ends and running backs are going to be big this game.
Right.
High or low scoring?
Man, that's a tough question. I think high, just because, like you said, Flacco is going to have to match that touchdown output of Kaepernick. He's going to throw a couple. He's going to run for a couple.
Right.
You know, he's the guy that you're going to have to account for. He's not only playing the quarterback position. He's also playing running back. He's
Right.
also going to have to account for as that X factor position out there on the field.
Heck yeah. Hey, Zan, I got a question for you up in the booth there. Uncle Zan, Do you have Harbaugh style loaded? The Harbaugh one? Is it loaded? Can we kind of run it in the background? There's a video that hit YouTube this week. That,
Harbaugh style?
Oh man, douchebag Harbaugh style.
The Mitch in the morning one. Oh boy.
So did Mitch do that?
No, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it.
It's
bad.
pretty
It's
funny.
funny. It's
do we
funny.
got some headphones down there, Mark?
We do.
So we can at least hear part of
Here
this?
you go.
Because it's pretty classic. I mean, it's they did a pretty good job at this.
I like that. I'm with that.
Zan's loading it up for you all to check out. We got a very short time left. We got about 4 minutes left. So Zan, let's just hit about a minute of this.
Jim Harbaugh style.
Jim Harbaugh style.
Harbaugh style.
Good production.
Got a stupid black sweatshirt that I tuck into my khakis. An arrogant SOB, never described as classy. Was a genius at Stanford, all because of Andrew Luck. As a QB in the NFL, boy did I. Zero sportsmanship. And my older brother John should give me manners tips. I'm so dumb as a rock, I should seal my lips. Treating coaches and the press like nitwits. I'm a piece of insecure, yet arrogant. That's Jim. That's so Jim. So pompous, yet trouble. That's Jim. Yeah, that's Jim.
So funny how many different things have come out about Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
And most everything that comes out about John Harbaugh is just that he's a great guy.
Great, A1.
And so, as a fan, you want the nice guy to win.
You do.
Because Harbaugh, I mean, good Lord, when he played the Hawks, when we were running up the score, supposedly, that's what you do.
Right.
You try to score as many possible points as you can.
Exactly.
Running up the score, come on, Jim.
Right. I was in Detroit when the whole sports,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You were there for
After that, I thought to myself, you know what? I don't like this dude. Like I genuinely don't like this guy. But as I walked to the locker room and it set in for a few days, I continue to think if I played for him, I probably would love him. And that's just me being honest. He's that type of guy.
You're loyal to your coaches.
Yeah, he's that type of dude that he creates a passion within you, and then that want to go out there and play for something.
Right.
Those guys have pride in what they do. And that's big. That's what football is about. If you got pride in your coaching staff, pride in your city, pride in that logo on your helmets, you're going to play that much harder. So he creates that. You know what I mean? And I respect coaches that do that, just like Carroll this year. I mean, people were talking about what kind of Kool-Aid they sipping on Seattle. I don't know what it is. If it's the citrus Carroll punch, he had them boys. He had them boys right.
Juice right there.
Yeah, I can respect that. I can respect that. So, Jim, he might be labeled as a bad guy, but I know them guys in the locker room respect him a great deal, and I would too if I played for him.
Heck yeah. So okay, we got about 2 minutes, about a minute till I got to do thank yous. You always got to thank all these sponsors and all these cool people.
For sure.
You're a good family guy. I mean, you've always been tight knit with the family here.
Yeah.
What's going on in the Burleson family? I mean, I met your parents out of the blue at Jimmy John's down there at the Landing. I never really met them in person, and I saw Mom and Pops, and it's just really cool to see the fam.
Yeah, they're good people, man. They're chilling. Mom and Dad are out here. I actually just surprised my dad at lunch today. He works at Unified Grocers over in Seattle, and I just rolled up there, went to the reception and said, hey, can you call my dad? So we walked around, shook hands.
Awesome.
Talked to people that knew me when I was a baby. He's working there for over 25 years. So
I don't think you were ever a baby.
Yeah, I was a swagged out baby, you know what I'm saying? Swag in my diaper bag. But no, everybody's doing good. My older brother Kevin is overseas. He's in Bangkok right now.
Wow.
Hooping.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
So everybody's doing good. And a couple of my brothers are out here chilling.
Heck yeah.
Wife is good. We're out here in Newcastle local.
Awesome.
And the little kids are hooping. I got my boys hooping and my little daughter Mia, who's 2.5.
Nice.
She runs the house. So
that's a good thing.
Yeah. So I'm just chilling, man, doing my Cosby
keep
thing.
doing daddy like that, Mia. That's what daddy likes. He loves when little girls just run.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not complaining.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, let's get you in the studio again before you go back.
Of course, we got to do the exchange, the gifts exchange.
Yes, we do. That sounds great.
This is like a late Christmas thing.
Yeah,
Secret Santa
I like that.
thing.
All right, I like that.
I'm gonna get my gifts ready, And I'll wait for you to call me, tell me to come through.
Down.
I'm right around the corner.
That's a beautiful thing.
So this is a small drive.
We had Thurman in here yesterday. He interviewed me.
See, that's like I'm gonna come with some questions next time.
All right,
and I'm gonna interview you.
I like being on the
River
table.
I've been doing my broadcasting thing
You
lately.
sure have, man. Looking good.
I gotta
too.
practice, man.
That's why I had to get him in here because he knows how to talk.
I try.
So I gotta say thank yous. First off, Nate Burleson. God, I love you, man. Thank you so much, buddy.
Love you too. Thanks for all the support over the years, man.
It's always going to be there, too, man. Got to say thank you to Shane Topol at Greenwood Bleachers Pub Sunday for the game. If you're not going to Nate's house, get up there. Bleachers Pub on Greenwood Avenue. Christian and Noah at Jack Nut Apparel. Got the Jack Nut on, baby. You know it. I show it. Rick Burgess at Coastline Signs. The wrap job on the Jeep is beautiful, but it's almost time for a new one. Charlie and Alex at ShockingGoat.com. Shocking Goat, why? Because a peeing camel just ain't that attractive. Oh boy, my boy Ty at Homer's Apparel. Jeremy Bryan at Rain City Catering. Geeks Riot Apparel. Rod, Scotty, and Cody and Chantel. Woo! That's where I get my work done. Hey guys, Nate's coming up with me this weekend. We'll bring him up first part of next week probably. He needs some new sleeve work. So, Scotty, you're on it like Bluebonnet. Holy smokes, Dermafex at Tattoo, they are the best. Zan, Corinne in the control room, I love you guys. Hey, everybody, Super Bowl Sunday coming up. I hope you're going to watch. Let's go, Ravens. This is Big Low reminding you, and you, to have a sports fantastic day. We're out of here.
Hasta.
Woo!